Hello everyone, I am Leo, and the political artifact I chose was the Juul. So let's get right into it. So what is a Juul? Often called the iPhone of vapes, a Juul is a sleek, small electronic cigarette device resembling a USB flash drive. Instead of getting nicotine through burning tobacco, you can vape nicotine to get the desired buzz. The Juul often comes in various colors and finishes, including matte and metallic as shown to the right. The cost of a Juul starter kit, which comes with a battery, charger, and 4 pods, typically ranges from $20 to $50, while a pack of 4 Juul pods costs around $20 to $70. So how does a Juul work? The Juul is activated by simply inserting a disposable Juul pod into the device as shown to the right. When the user inhales through the mouthpiece, the device transfers the heat from the battery to the coil inside the mouthpiece. The coil is wrapped around the wick, which is soaked with liquid nicotine. The heat vaporizes the liquid inside the pod, which the user inhales. The liquid in the pod is a concoction of nicotine salts, benzoic acid, propylene glycol, glycerin, and flavor. One Juul pod is equivalent to approximately 1 pack of cigarettes or 200 puffs of a cigarette. So who is Juul? Juul was invented in 2005 by James Monsees, shown on the left, and Adam Bowen, shown on the right. James and Adam met while they were graduate students studying product design at Stanford University. They both shared an interest in innovation, design, and of course, smoking. During their day, Adam and James would sneak out to the back and smoke cigarettes. During one of their breaks in 2004, the pair brainstormed on how to design a product that could satisfy nicotine cravings without the harmful effects of combustion and tobacco smoke. The motivation for the Juul device was to provide smokers with a potentially less harmful alternative to traditional cigarettes. They were also driven by a desire to disrupt the tobacco market and hurt the sales of big tobacco companies. The initial development of the Juul device was funded by James and Adam themselves, as well as investors interested in their startup company, Plume. After making a device that the initial investors weren't happy with, James and Adam rebranded to Juul Labs, which received significant investment from venture capital firms including Fidelity Investments and Tiger Global Management. Location and context. As mentioned before, the start of Juul took place in Stanford, California. Stanford is 1 mile away from Silicon Valley, which is a globally renowned hub of technological innovation and entrepreneurship. It is home to tech giants, startups, and venture capital firms. The vibe at Silicon Valley fosters creativity, collaboration, and risk-taking. At the time of the invention, 2005, there were growing concerns and awareness about the health risks associated with traditional cigarette smoking. Also, the technology and popularity of electronic cigarettes, aka e-cigarettes, were beginning to emerge as potential alternatives to traditional smoking. Financial success. Juul Labs experienced tremendous financial success following the device's launch in 2015. The company became the fastest to reach decacorn status, which is given to companies that are worth over $10 billion. For comparison, it took Facebook 2.5 years to reach that status, while Juul did it in almost half a year. The graph on the left shows how quickly Juul sales beat cigarette sales from 2017 to 2019. Juul represented almost 80% of all vaping sales in 2019. Investors, founders, and early stakeholders profited substantially from the company's success. So who was the Juul intended for? The Juul was primarily designed for adult smokers who are looking for an alternative to traditional cigarettes. Juul used to have a mission statement, and quote, improve the lives of the world's 1 billion adult smokers, end quote. Juul, however, excluded the rest of the population, especially kids and teenagers. From the advertisements shown, one can clearly tell this was meant to target a whole new generation of smokers. With this subliminal advertising, you can tell this was intentional. This affected many teenagers who had easy access to buying the Juul devices. The Juul was discreet to use because it looked like a USB flash drive, so kids brought it into their schools. The Juul would spread like wildfire amongst teens. This led to Juul's inevitable downfall after being hit with over 5,970 lawsuits. So conclusion. The Juul was an interesting artifact to research. The Juul infiltrated a whole new generation of smokers, made Congress change the laws, and revived the tobacco industry. At its peak, Juul was nearly worth $40 billion. Today, they are worth less than 5% of that value. If Juul wasn't invented, it would have resulted in different patterns of youth vaping, public health, and the e-cigarette market. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.